Welcome back, everybody. Shares of McDonald's jumping right now. They're actually up by about 6.5%. The Dow component came in with earnings, revenue, and same-store sales that all beat expectations. We'll be talking to an analyst in the next half hour, but check that out because this Dow component is helping the Dow, too. Before the company came out with its earnings, we were looking at a weaker open for the Dow. At this point, it looks like the Dow futures are up by about 55 points. Caterpillar not helping things out, but McDonald's really giving the futures a boost overall. A stock in the opposite position, Valeant Pharmaceuticals taking a hit. Its stock plunging as much as 40% on a short seller report that allowed before coming back and closing down by just 20%. A lot of things happening there, but it looks like the stock is weaker again this morning. It looks like it will open down another 8 points. It's trading down $9.61. This morning, BMO downgrading the stock to a market perform, saying, quote, "We cannot defend the specialty pharmacy structure." The call raising new questions about the company's accounting. Bill George is a professor of management practices at Harvard Business School. He's also a CNBC contributor. Kim Langone of Infomed Associates is our guest host today, too. And Bill, thanks for being here today.
Thanks, Becky.
A lot of questions swirling. This is a pretty complicated story. What do you think is actually happening?
Well, first of all, I've been saying for 3 years that this business model makes no sense. I see it as more of a house of cards. I'm afraid it's going the Tyco
Did you think
direction.
This was an accounting problem or a channel stuffing problem?
You don't have enough.
Were you concerned about the roll-ups before?
You don't have enough transparency. If you continue, if an acquisition is your only game in the healthcare business, you have to. There's nothing wrong with acquiring. We acquired a lot of Mediterranean, but you have to continue to invest in R&D. They're doing it on 3%. You can't do that. And then he comes out on Monday. That's what shook me. And he said, we're shifting our business model. We're not going to acquire anymore. Now we're going back to research. You know how long that takes? It can take you 12 years, like John Lechleiter. Terrific guy, but he's invested in research. Now the drugs are coming out. And, you know, I question, is this really a financial play or is this a healthcare company? Because you look at their board, there's only one healthcare guy on the board, Andrew Slaughter, and the rest of them, you know, there's nothing wrong with financial play.
You're describing all these symptoms. You're not actually talking about whether there's some accounting irregularities with the way they're using these pharmacies. And
well, you won't know until the SEC investigates.
You think there's enough indication that maybe there's something going on?
There's a lot of smoke. And if you have revenue recognition problems like ArthoCare, that can take the whole thing down. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you don't know until you get into the books. There were these charges from Citron, but I think, you know, there's a lot of smoke there. I read the whole thing. You can't really tell.
I don't understand what they're...
Until you understand. I don't know about specialty pharma. I talked to people in the business yesterday. I said, what's a specialty pharma company? I'm just not familiar
Bill,
with it.
There's list prices and there's discounted prices and there's some people go through CVS, but these people get to go get it directly from these specialty pharma companies where they pay a lower copay. And I mean, it seems like there's all kinds of opportunity to have numbers not be what the list price is.
And one more thing I'll throw out. There's a lot of patient assistance that being provided by Valeant. I don't know.
By Valeant?
Yeah. Now,
and then how do you do revenue if you're...
Some companies do that on a humanitarian basis, but it's one of the things that's a good thing on a humanitarian basis.
But
if you take that to an extreme, who knows?
Then you're not making any
money.
money.
Let me take the opposite side of that argument.
Okay.
I'll bet my last dollar there's no accounting issues here at all. I think they're going to be generally accepted. They probably have one of the big four.
That's a lot of dollars to get to your last dollar, too.
Wait a minute.
I mean,
but there's merit to a point, big point that Bill made here. When you engage in roll-ups, it's geometric. The next deal's got to get bigger.
Right, exactly.
And bigger and bigger.
Right.
And one of the reasons I've never invested in, and I've missed some great roll-ups, AutoNation, Waste Management, okay? They did it early, and it didn't take a quantum jump. With Sarbanes-Oxley and the complete paranoia that accountants have, I'm betting that there's enough in place there that the accounting will pass muster. The issue to me is what's the next big... in fact, there was speculation some time ago that Valeant was going to go after Lilly.
Yeah.
Because it had to have size like that.
Well, to Bill's point,
that's the whole point. And so I just think it's business judgment here that would make me say I don't want to own that stock.
Yeah.
Rather than internal growth, rather than what John has done with Lilly, where he's poured money. And I've had spirited discussions with John because Lilly has spent over $40 billion in R&D. And by the way, as of right now, not much to show for it yet. Now we're hoping we're seeing at the end of that funnel and it's going to start coming in. But at least you know you're looking for growth in innovation, growth in discovery. That's not the case of Valeant.
And Ken, he's investing over 20% of his revenues. I think
Yeah,
23%.
only hit 23%.
You can't do it on 3%.
No,
That's just.
And he's done it over 20%. Now, Lilly's done it I've been a Lilly stockholder for 37 years. That's been the amount of money they spent.
You know, Ackman upped his position by 3% yesterday. But what happens if some of these other hedge funds pull out?
Right.
You know, you got 30% of it held by about 4 or 5 funds. What if Value Act gets cold feet and pulls out on this thing and says, I just rather.
Bill, thank you for your insight today.
Thank you.
We always love having you here, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you for having me.